Hello world, you're watching 80s Music Twin Ranked. This is Chris.
This is Joel.
And today's artist is Kenny Loggins. And the question you have to ask about Kenny Loggins is what's your favorite album? Because half the songs are the soundtrack.
Soundtracks would have to be included, yeah. Now, my question to you is, who's the more famous Kenny?
Rogers?
Kenny Loggins or Kenny Rogers?
It'd be Kenny Rogers, probably.
Two different genres, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Kenny Rogers
he was in movies. Amazingly.
Oh, yeah. We watched
Amazingly,
The Gambler all the time.
Yes, we did. But amazingly, Kenny Loggins, king of the movie soundtrack, but he was never in anything.
He was in TV shows like Darby and Greg. And
I know, and I always hate that
but everything he's been in,
as himself.
he's played himself.
And I discount those. Talk about acting, that's not acting. Not if you're
He's probably, I think, Family Guy, Simpsons.
Now, it is interesting. He could have been opposite Barbara Streisand in A Star
A Star is Born, right. Yeah, he did write a song for that.
He was offered that. His first hit, supposedly, came from that movie. So he wrote a song for that movie. It was on his debut album after he split from Jim Messina.
Actually, he was sort of famous in the background before he was even on his own as solo artist. He wrote songs.
Yes, he
The
did.
Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. He wrote 4 songs for one album.
One album.
And the song that he became famous for later, House on Pooh Corner, they sang a different version, different style, different version.
What's Nitty Gritty Dirt Band's famous song? Because I can't think of anything they did.
I don't know. I do. I remember when we got Modern Drummer, though. I do remember them being on one of the covers.
Something like that, yeah. Okay, so second question. Oh, well, actually,
You had a question? I didn't know you had a
I
question.
had a question. What's your favorite album? Discounting the movie soundtracks. What's his favorite? What's your favorite album?
His best is Night. What is it?
Night Watch?
Night Watch. That's his biggest selling.
Is
His second album. That was his biggest
Okay,
album.
which is funny because it only had really one hit.
Yeah.
Although he did What a Fool Believes, totally different. I just listened to it today. His version, as opposed to
Him and Michael McDonald wrote it, so they each put a version out.
and Michael Doobie Brothers obviously exceeded his.
But Kenny Loggins was first.
Yes, it was first, but it was not the best. First is not always the best. But again, my favorite album, High Adventure,
Okay.
which is
I'm gonna
interesting.
pick Vox Humana.
And it had 3 hits on it, and interestingly, none of those hits made our top 10 list.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Vox Humana. I always like that. I remember that video. It's not a great song, but I remember we watched the video every time it came on.
Yes, and it's really a
It
dumb
has
video.
some weird.
Popping out of pictures
Yep.
and stuff. And
Well,
then he
even
does-
the album cover is drawn. It's not a picture of
right,
him. But
right, and that's supposedly, when he plays his guitar, does like leg kicking because the picture didn't. That's so stupid.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, do you ever look up what does that mean? I mean, it's,
Vox Humana.
it's,
Well, you know what?
it's obvious.
It's like a falsetto voice, kind of. But it
Well,
reminds-
Humana, human, and Vox supposed to be voice, so human
right,
voice.
right. But it's similar to what you stated. Intermezzo means for John Mellencamp.
Okay.
So it's a variation of a human voice, sort of like.
I thought it was intermezzo.
What it's called? What's that thing they
Tomato,
use?
tomato?
What's that thing they use the toner thingy for their voices?
I don't know what it's
What,
called.
what rappers use?
A
should-
voice
I should know what it is. Anyways, it's a voice enhancer. Everybody uses it today.
changes your voice.
Yeah, I'm stupid.
I'll play it right here where it's called.
But yeah, so Vox Humana is similar to that kind of thing. All right, so what's your out of the movies he put a song out for? What's your favorite movie?
I'd have to say Footloose.
Footloose?
Yeah.
Better than Caddyshack?
Yeah.
Better than Top Gun?
Top Gun probably has more hits. Maybe.
You mean besides Kenny Loggins?
Yeah.
No, it'd be Footloose. Footloose by far
Okay, but
has
yeah.
the most songs that
Yeah,
are recognized.
I like the songs better on Footloose.
Yes. Now he has 2 songs, so he has four movies. Well, 5 movies. 2 movies from the Caddyshack.
Okay, Caddyshack 2.
He has Caddyshack 1 and
Yeah.
Caddyshack 2. I like that song from Caddyshack 2. So there we got another good song from a bad movie. That started off with what Duran Duran, A View to a Kill. you can have a good song from a really bad movie. So that's one. Then you got 2 from Footloose, 2 from Top Gun, and for some reason he only did 1 for Over the
Now,
Top.
when you hear the song "All Right," what do you think of? I know what I think of.
Well, when you think of it's Caddyshack.
But you think of the Dancing Gopher, don't you?
Well, I don't think of the Gopher.
And he
but
dances to it in the movies.
I know, yeah, he does, and I think somebody bought the Dancing Gopher at Walmart.
Oh yeah,
Christmas.
they used to sell that. Probably still do at Spencer's or something like
Yeah,
that.
and it plays that song. So if you have one, that's when it comes from, Caddyshack. But I like that it's playing during the opening credits when he has to go to the country club and he's riding his bike to get to work, and that's when they're playing a song. All right, but for like I said, the only one song for Over the Top. That's my most recent movie I've seen. With his
Meet
song.
Me Halfway.
Me
You know,
Halfway.
it's similar. It could have been just like a hit he would have had. He got the choice to pick for Top Gun, Danger Zone, or Take My Breath Away. He could have done that song, but instead it was
Yeah.
Berlin, yeah.
But he doesn't do slow songs like
Well, he did Meet Me Halfway.
Yeah.
Is sort of like Take Your Breath Away. It's about the same.
The
speed.
better song from that movie is Sammy Hagar's "Winner Takes It All."
All right.
Yep. And so my favorite movie, actually, I think would be Caddyshack, just because it has more memorable lines and it's a comedy. Harder to make a comedy that's good rather than action movies and stuff like that. All right, so before he was himself. Oh, he was always himself. But I mean, before he went on a solo
Yeah,
career.
right.
So this Jim Messina, he interestingly was also in a band called Paco
Right.
that had 2 eagles in it.
Yeah, and I saw that and I'm like, aren't they the one that did Putting on the Ritz? That's
No.
Taco.
Yeah, no. Randy Meisner and Timothy B. Schmidt were also in that band. I
Yeah,
don't know that they
really
had
nice
any hits. And I didn't know that they had he had hits.
I had no
with-
albums of his.
I didn't either. Well, like I said, most of his stuff let's just say half our top 10 will be movie stuff.
Yeah, of course.
We know that already. But yeah, before he was with Jim Messina.
Right.
Jim Messina, where did he go afterwards? He
was a producer though.
Yeah.
He was primarily going to produce with Kenny Loggins, but they fit so well together they just decided to do a duo. But
I did not know that I knew songs from them.
But then I guess their last album was like he would do his songs and he would do his songs and they were kind of like competing instead of doing a duo.
Yeah.
And their last concert was in Hawaii, and then they quietly disbanded.
I did not realize that. I knew Danny's song until you pointed it out.
Yeah.
But the other song everybody knows, and none of their songs really charted high.
Yeah.
But
Your Mama Don't Dance.
Your Mama Don't Dance, which Poison then did a remake of. Which
Yeah.
obviously that's the better version.
Yeah, and Kenny Loggins pretty much wrote everything that he sang. So that was also written by him.
Now I'm going to throw this out. Last week we did Don Henley, right?
Right.
And I think Don Henley was stalking Kenny Loggins.
Because Kenny Loggins has a song called You Don't Know Me.
He does. He does. So there's 3 things. Now, we also know that they both had a song with Stevie Nicks. We said that last week.
Yeah, okay.
Kenny Loggins' song came first. So then Don Henley had to do it. Right?
All right.
They had that. Look at the last best album of Kenny Loggins. It's called Leap of Faith. 1991.
And Don Henley.
1992 is when he did the song for Leap of Faith. So he's stalking Kenny Loggins. It's just my 2 cents there.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does have good stuff on his solo career. He started off obviously with the slower. It had sounded like 70s stuff. So
Yeah.
This Is It, even Heart to Heart on High Adventure, still sounds like it could be on the album This Is It was on. And
So Kenny Loggins, he's all right, and he's free. Yeah, so that calls I'm all
You know
right.
what's funny?
You ever look at the lyrics for I'm all right though? That's just weird. So is Footloose is weird. Even Top Gun is weird. The lyrics are weird, and you usually don't remember the verses. You remember the chorus usually.
Yes, for his songs for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Vox Humana, you said that you picked that as your favorite. I've listened to that. I think it's only 9 songs, but there's only one other song I think on that album that could have been released because the rest was kind of bland, and I think he got criticized for sounding like the Toto Chicago.
Well, actually,
people.
I first picked Night Watch.
Oh yeah, you did.
But
I don't know why you
changed.
picked that. If you look at the album, one hit, well, maybe 2. But Celebrate Me Home was a hit on the first one.
Yeah, that one's played at Christmas time. It's not really a Christmas song, but it is played at Christmas time. Also, Weird Al.
He had something.
Weird Al's song "Hooked on Polkas" now has 4 songs, 4 pieces of bands who did that. He did Footloose, and it becomes jazz.
Yes, he likes to do that.
And then it only does that for the first couple lines. It goes and it goes back to the polka, and keeps doing Footloose. But so we got Footloose from Kenny Loggins. In that same song, Sharp Dressed Man, Method of Modern Love, and The Reflex.
Which bands we've
So
done
we've done those 4 bands, and that
Is
song.
that's the only Kenny Loggins one with Weird Al?
That's as far as I saw, yeah.
Okay. And let's see. So, and I don't know. He got really. I didn't even bother listing the albums after Leap of Faith.
Yeah.
If you look at some of the CD covers,
Yeah, he has like
looks,
13 or 14
he
studio
looks
albums.
like he started gearing his stuff towards children.
Yeah, he did. He did.
So,
Like 2 or
Return
3,
to Pooh Corner.
2 or 3 songs for children. Yeah,
Did he
so-
actually do anything for Winnie the Pooh?
No, he just wrote that song. That's all.
But I mean, he's got at least 2 albums that say Pooh Corner.
Return
to Pooh. And,
It's you know it's possible. Maybe he did something for the Tigger movie. I thought I might have read. Didn't go too much into it. Now I'll tell you what I did notice. If you're an actress and you see that Kenny Loggins is doing the soundtrack, run because your career's not going anywhere.
actress?
Actress.
The
Okay?
actors are okay.
So
Okay.
here he goes. First movie.
All right.
Which one?
Caddyshack.
Caddyshack. First movie. The actress primarily that's in that is Cindy Morgan.
She had Tron.
So she had Tron,
and
and
then
then she's gone. Okay, next one is Footloose. Footloose is next. Okay.
Laurie Singer.
Laurie Singer, and she also did a movie that we liked was Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks is in it.
Oh, that was the man with one.
The man with one red shoe.
Well, she did Warlock, which I liked.
Okay,
Yeah,
and she has a few out there, but besides that, crash.
Okay, next.
Next, Top Gun.
Well,
Kelly
Kelly
McGillis. She was first in Witness, I think,
Witness,
before Top Gun. Then
yes.
she did Top Gun.
and she did The Accused.
Yeah, she
But-
has some movies, but they're crashing.
and out of all of them, man, her appearance changed the most.
Oh yeah.
And then what's next? So Caddyshack 2. That wasn't.
That
even a
wasn't-
good
that
movie, so
wasn't-
you can't say
yeah.
that for that.
And
Over the Top
Over the
really
Top had a
didn't
boy
have-
in it, not really the woman.
Yeah.
There's no actress, not really.
Was that his own son? I can't remember. I don't think it was.
No,
no, that wasn't his own son.
My point is, if you're an actress, run.
Just
Kenny
from
Loggins
three-
is gonna kill your career. Yeah, so
Okay. That's
it's my,
it's your 2
that's my,
cents.
that's my opinion.
I had mine and you had yours. Okay. So thought there was something else. I'll tell you what. When you look at the music videos, though. So in I'm All Right, where he's performing live,
Right.
he's wearing that all orange suit. I swear he looks like he's just a prisoner singing the
But
song.
he wasn't. I'm free. He's escaping.
No, that's that came next. That's right. Footloose, remember that on MTV? It's weird because Kenny Bacon or Kevin Bacon, Kenny Bacon.
Kenny Bacon, is that an actor?
No, Kevin Bacon. He's doing his dancing throughout, and they show the scene where he goes like this out the barn. They cut the song off. It doesn't finish the song on the video.
Oh, right. It's a freeze frame too, isn't it?
I hate that.
It's a freeze frame too. He jumps up.
Yeah, I hate that. And you don't hear the whole song. I don't know why they do that. And I can't remember if Danger Zone. It's nothing wrong with the video, but I'll tell you what, that after a certain point, it's so repetitive at the end.
Yeah,
But a lot of people like that.
everybody knows that song because of the beginning. You know it's oh, Danger Zone.
And you have to as far as songs,
even Footloose. Doink, doink, doink.
Yeah.
Oh, Footloose.
most of his songs have something,
Some sound effects.
memorable. You know, This Is It. He goes, you know, it's one little line, but it's like nobody else does that. Vox Humana, it's got the weird voice inflections at the beginning. So he's different. He got better once he left Messina. Obviously, everything got better in the 80s. That's why we have this channel. And, he ended it. Last song that we know is from the 91. So in the 90s, still pretty good. Conviction of the Heart. I think that was then used for some environmental company.
They said they took it as the anthem for an environment, right?
Yeah. So that's Kenny Loggins' history. Let's go ahead and get to the top 10.
Top 10! 1, 2, 3.
All right. To the top 10, starting with the honorable mention. You lose 2? No, I lose 2. I lose 2, he loses 1.
Okay.
The one you lost, if you remember your top 10, you know what you lost?
I wouldn't know what I lost, but I mean...
You don't remember your top 10? Playing with the Boys.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's putting that among his top 10. Matter of fact, that putting that in the movie, just putting that scene in the movie embarrasses the movie. People will probably call that the worst scene in Top Gun, when they're playing volleyball. A bunch of shirtless men playing volleyball on a boat.
So you just don't like it because you felt uncomfortable? Is that why?
That's not why I did. But no, I tried that. Actually, the video, if you watch the video, doesn't even have any of the actors or Kenny Loggins in it. It's about boys versing a girls team in some sporting event.
Well, see, so you had the movie, which was probably really had a big guy fan base. Like, you get the females to go want to come and see it.
That's why, because were there any? Well,
Yeah.
there was a female in the movie, but by and large, it's a male.
Yeah. The guys all went to see it because they all had the need for speed.
And Meg Ryan has a part of that too.
Right.
Amazingly, she was married to Anthony Edwards and not Tom Hanks. Tom Cruise. Okay.
Tom Hanks. She was into 3 Tom Hanks movies though.
Okay, that's why I thought that. Okay, so my 2 both come from High Adventure. So it's your fault that we don't have any High Adventure songs in our top 10.
And that's your favorite album?
Yes. So my first one is Welcome to Heartlight. I debated between Heartlight and Heart to Heart. Heart to Heart sounds similar to This Is It, and they're not even on the same album. But Welcome to Heartlight is just, just like that.
Does that go again?
Now the question is, where's Heartlight? You're welcome to Heartlight. Heartlight. Who's naming their city Heartlight? That's one of mine. The other one...
Which, if you remember the conversation we had 4 or 5 videos back when I said the heart, heart
Yes.
is like emotion.
Yes.
And I said, no, it's the organ that uses to pump blood. And so and then I also said, it's kind of like that word light. Light, is it heavy or is it bright out?
Oh, yeah.
And here's heart lights together in
Gotcha.
the same word.
So you're really confused. It's like the Grinch when he his heart actually shined. So there's your heart.
Right.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Don't Fight It is the other one, and that's when we did Journey. We did Steve Perry's solo career, but we never mentioned that fact. Steve Perry did a duet with Kenny Loggins.
So it's not in our top 10. So don't fight it.
No, and not very many duets with 2 men.
Yeah.
And that does remind me too. I forgot to mention this. We're talking about
Michael McDonald and Kenny Loggins. They did 2 songs now, so that's like a duet.
They no. He was more backing vocals.
Backing vocals duet, whatever. That goes
Not the same. Okay.
Michael Jackson sang in the backing of a song too.
Yes, but it wasn't released.
No, it wasn't a single.
So I forgot to mention this. When he was with Messina, Loggins and Messina, they were the top duo.
Until
Hall Notes. We were looking to see if there were any duos in the 80s. Not very many, but Messina and Loggins were first. At least in the 70s. Okay, so Don't Fight It would have been my other one. That's a duet with Steve Perry. All right, so number 10 would be the first legitimate hit that ranked of Kenny Loggins. That would be Whenever I Call You Friend, his duet with Stevie Nicks. Came from Night Watch. I have this ranked at number 12. You have it at number 7. Number 9 comes from his favorite album. That's not a soundtrack.
Are you talking about Vox Humana?
Yes, Vox Humana. It's the title song, Vox Humana. Now, it's ranked here because of me. I like this at number 4. You said you like it. I like it. 4. You have put it at 14, so you don't like it. You liar. Next song up actually comes from the same album. This is the one you like. At number 3, Forever. Now that's high for that song, and the reason you like it,
drums at the beginning.
That's it.
No, it was also produced by David Foster.
Oh yeah,
Who
from
produced
Chicago,
yeah.
And that's one of the criticisms of that album. It started to sound like everybody else's pop song. Of course, then nowadays you got some guy writing songs for everybody. That's why everybody's songs sound like. But I have this one at 15 because once you get past the drums, slow. Well, it's a crowd pleaser. People love that he sings it in the arena.
That's one thing. We should do top 10 Forever songs because there's a lot of people that have a song called Forever.
Or with the word forever in it, maybe. Well, the word love. I'd like to list all our top 10 and find out what word shows up in all of them the most. Probably the word heart. It's my guess. Okay, next one up would be the last good song from Leap of Faith, Conviction of the Heart. This is our number 7. I had this at 7. You had this at number 9.
My guess is the word is love.
Love? We're not putting a wager down. Love, heart, it all comes from the same place. Right? Okay, next one up from Caddyshack 2, Nobody's Fool. I have this at number 5.
That's a movie I've never seen.
I think I saw it a long time
I've
ago.
never seen
But
I've seen the first one numerous times.
yeah, I think they were trying just to do exactly the same thing they did.
Yeah,
I mean literally the entire exact character.
Rodney Dangerfield,
John Lovitz.
no, it was
Ted Knight, Robert Stack.
It was
Jackie Mason. Jackie Mason. John Lovitz replaced Bill Murray, right? And then Dan Aykroyd replaced Chevy Chase. Was there somebody that was?
I haven't seen the movie. I don't know. I just know
who's in it, and I don't know who did the kid and the girl. But they tried to kind of copy it, and it didn't work. So, but Nobody's Fool. I have it number 5. You have it number 10. And this reminds me. You take away his 3 biggest hits, movie-wise, and then you get into the next 4. The next 4 songs are the ones I want to hear on the radio.
Okay. All 4.
Yes, because they're the obscure songs, but they're the ones that I want to hear. Like starting with Conviction of the Heart. That doesn't get played.
In fact, I'm Alright, Danger Zone, and Footloose are the only 3 I hear on the radio.
That's right. I think I hear This Is It occasionally.
Nah, I don't.
But it's
a
specific station that you have to hear it on.
Yeah.
Okay, it's called YouTube. That's the station. All right, next one up, number 5 from Footloose. 2 songs from Footloose. This is obviously the stepchild. I'm Free. You have this. Well, we both have it at 6, so right where it should be. Okay, the next one up. This Is It. You have as your top Kenny Loggins song. And I have this down at 8.
Now, are you gonna? What if we do? Yeah, you probably won't do this, but if Michael McDonald's in it,
Yes.
but he's not a main singer, so you're probably not gonna do it. And like when we do the Doobie Brothers, if we do the Doobie Brothers, are they in the 80s? Do we have them? Done that?
Yes.
So we'll probably do that. As Michael McDonald would be part of that. We include that song.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do his. I wanted to see if he had enough hits.
Probably not, because
He doesn't.
He has like
really.
4. He has 4 or 5.
Yeah, I mean, if you take some obscure ones, maybe, but I didn't recognize 10 songs, so he's not on our list of people we ranked. So we'll include him in Doobie Brothers. And that'll
Number one song.
That's
Yamo Beat.
that's that's going to boot a bunch of good doobie songs.
Yeah,
I know that.
All right.
All right, so your number one song, my 8. Number 3, Footloose. My second favorite, your 4th favorite.
Pretty close.
But again, these top 3, so these top 3 are his best songs, even though that's not the ones we want to hear because they play all the time.
Right.
We agree, that's the best, right? And again, they all sound different too. None of these
Yeah, I
3
know.
songs sound alike. All right, so coming up to number 2 is my favorite, and it's "I'm All Right." It's not as
it's very basic.
Yes,
Mostly
very
just
basic.
a acoustic guitar.
and
Throughout
as
the whole thing.
as for being basic, I don't. It's got to be tied with the movie. The fact that I like that movie, it makes me want to put it up higher. You wonder, some of these songs from just a soundtrack or a regular studio album, if they were in a movie, would I like it better because I like the movie? I don't know. But you have this one down at 5. I mean, it's even got. What's the one part of the song you would remember was for the guy, right, the low voice guy. Luckily, it doesn't sound like the Oak Ridge Boys. All right, so and then that would mean our number 1 song is
Danger Zone.
Danger Zone. That's neither one of our favorites though.
No, but it's best sounding, I would say.
You have it at number 2, and I have it at number 3. Shout out to my brother-in-law Zach. It's his favorite song. He's kind of down and out right now. So for you, our number 1. When we twin rank it, and there's your list. Do you agree? Probably the radio stations agree because that's the only 3 they play. We put them up at the top. All right, and
But anything below the 3, 4, 5, 6, play that on the radio.
definitely, yeah. If you were to say what do we switch out? Take those 3 that are really good. Play something else. That would be my opinion as well. All right, so next week, I forget who we have next week, but I know this: when you watch our video, you're gonna love every minute of it.
I was gonna say, remember my word? I said that would be probably the top word that everybody uses. How many times? Love.
Okay.
It's in the band.
It's in the band's name. The word love, not heart. All right, so you know who it is. We'll see you next week.
All right,
Bye.
bye.